So unfortunately, I will need to ditch this Evo Tamiya build, but hear me out. It's not because it's bad or something wrong with it, it's just simply not good fit for me. And that is why instead of using this chassis, we will be using this chassis. So what I have decided to do is pretty much switch to MST and Yokomo chassis in future, at least for now. And the simple reason is that you cannot really compare this chassis to that one that looks kind of a little bit bulky. It's like, you know, Lego for kids up to 3 years, and then this would be like a proper Lego. So this specific chassis is not new. I got it for a very good deal, and it's quite oldish, but yeah, the overall kind of what I'm going after with this Evolution build, this is probably a perfect fit for that. So this specific chassis is MST MS01D chassis. I believe at some point it used to be a ready to run chassis probably, but then it has a lot of upgrades. It of course misses a lot of parts here as well, so I just need to put and order them up, which is great that I still can get parts for this chassis, because it was first time released, if I'm not mistaken, like 10 years ago or so. Then it was re-released at some point, but currently it's discontinued, of course, because MST is changing their chassis like every single year, and that's what it is. So this specific chassis is all-wheel drive chassis, as you can see. If I'm moving, the wheels are turning all the same. So I don't know who was actually building this chassis and for what reason. Officially, when this chassis came out, it's supposed to be a drift chassis, all-wheel drive car. I had an idea, you know, that I can just take off this belt here and make this car to be a rear-wheel drive drift car. But then if we are thinking about the Evolution itself, you know, the Mitsubishi Evolution is all-wheel drive car. And that's something probably I would like to keep. I also believe that this chassis deserves to be put back on the road because it's really looking nice. I can show you a little bit around. So really nice chassis, and yeah, I don't think it deserves, you know, to be put it aside. So that is why we will be using this now for the Evolution build from now on. So like I said, it still misses a lot of things. So for example, we do not have holders for the servo, and other bits and pieces are missing here. Yeah, so that's not a big deal. We will order parts for this one up and we will get it running. I probably will take it completely apart, clean up everything, probably re-oil the shocks, and you know, do all the maintenance it needs. And yeah, so this we will see. What is interesting as well, so if I'm comparing, for example, this chassis with the Tamiya, so you will notice now I don't know how to show better, but you see how much wider is the MST chassis itself if I'm putting wheels. So that's scaring me a little bit from the perspective that how the body will be fitting, because the Mitsubishi Evolution body is coming for the Tamiya car. I know that the wheels are very wide on this chassis. Those didn't came here. I just put them on, and you can see probably as well difference between the wheels. So how much more those are sticking out. So if we will go with narrower wheels, you know, then probably we should be good. But other than that, yeah, the tires of course was sticking like much more out. So why I decided to build this chassis as all-wheel drive car chassis, as it's supposed to be originally, is also reason for that is the turn radius. So turn radius normally on the rear wheel drift cars is much more than we can get here. Of course, we could rebuild this part here and make it turn more, which is not a big deal currently. Of course, it's not really possible simply because it's an all-wheel drive car, and it's simply not possible from the technical perspective to make it turn more. But yeah, like I said, if I would make it rear wheel drive, that would be possible. Also, you are noticing the motor position. So normally in these days, all the chassis which you are see, the motors are going more on the back. So you have more grip in the back. So all weight is pretty much going to the back. This has a front kind of motor position, and that's also leveling things out, which is probably in this case better situation for the all-wheel drive car because you have lighter back, so it will spin out easier. Now, like I said, I don't know who built this chassis, but what's happening here, all four wheels are pretty much locked, which is in no situation good deal, especially for all-wheel drive car, because what's happening when you are turning the wheel, and if the wheels are spinning exactly the same way, you pretty much will be pushing cars straight forward, and it's not gonna turn good. So those tires here are not drift tires. They look good. They are, I think, on-road tires for on-road cars, but I like, of course, they look much more natural than, for example, those plasticky drift tires, which you can see for the drift cars overall. Yeah, so tires of course will be changing, same as the wheels. I have already wheels for the Evolution, which I'm kind of going after the style. But what is the issue here and what needs to be changed is this front differential here. So this should go, and we will put one-way differential here. So when we are pretty much driving, all wheels or four wheels will be going forward. But when you are let go on the throttle, the front wheels will kind of really spin, and we will be braking just with the rear ones, with the motor itself. So that's what I will be going after here. Yeah, so those are the biggest differences and the reasons why I will be going with this one. I'm not gonna start working on this chassis yet, because like I said, I need to order quite a bit of things, and they are not cheap. They are quite expensive, all those parts, you know, but yeah, we will make something good out of it. I don't want to finish this video yet here, because I have a couple more things to show you. So, so if you think that looking at the Tamiya chassis, that this chassis and the wheel fitment is very wide on this car, give me a second. Then what you will say now, if I will put this body on, now the wheels are actually looking that they could come out even more. So this is a Subaru BRZ body. It's a wide body, and that is why our fitment for the wheels would require that they come even more out, which is, to be honest, quite extreme. So again, you see, I'm just showing you how much wider we should be going out, which is an odd deal actually, coming out with the wheels. Especially I have 3D printer, you know, it wouldn't be an issue that I could print out the extensions and just push the wheels out. Or you can buy, of course, a more aggressive offset of the wheels, and they will naturally be already much more out. So this body here comes from other MST car, and let me show you that now. So this is another chassis which I have. So this is MST RMX 2.5. So this is quite new chassis. This is ready to run car probably with low motor position. There is some electronics, a big mess with wires, and yeah, so this chassis originally will be coming on this car here. So those wheels here are even more wider, and they fit quite good. Again, those are not the drift tires which will stay on this car, and of course as well the electronics is not the greatest here. More about that in a detail we will go on a separate video. I just wanted to show you that yeah, this will be something new and upcoming as well. So this is proper drift car, rear wheels, front wheels has like quite big turn radius. They're actually, those tires are hitting the shock here. So like I said, those tires are not drift tires, they're not gonna stay here. But yeah, I think this will be interesting to see this chassis driving. We'll try out with this electronics here, but I have already better electronics to put in this car here. So like I said, will be separate video on this one. So as you can see, I'm getting quite serious with all this drift stuff, and yeah, we are getting to more professional level, because at the end of the day my goal is actually to build a competition level car, which is work in progress, because the goal is next year to participate in a Portuguese drifting RC Drift Championship. So yeah, go visit all those events. Of course I will be taking you with me as well to them, and yeah, so it should be very interesting, because there's a couple more things I will probably disclose you later down the road, but currently that's all. So next video, most likely, we will be taking a look at this RMX 2.5. We will try to get it running, and yeah, we'll see how it performs, because this will be technically first practice car, and yeah, I want to start involving my family members as well in this stuff. So I hope you like this video, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao.